I promise you've never seen a home like this. Today I'm taking you inside a true one-of-a-kind property here in Beverly Hills on one of the most sought-after streets with jaw-dropping views. It's built like a concrete fortress with custom details you won't find anywhere else. Throughout the tour, I'll tell you why this is my new favorite home in Los Angeles and why I would buy it if I had the means. Let's begin. If you ever wanted to buy a candle from a YouTuber, you came to the right place. We hand pour these candles and they're all made with natural ingredients. Literally our team is making these candles. So if you want to check it out, please visit our website. All right, now enjoy the video. All right, let's begin the tour. Behind the camera, we have a toll gate fabricated out of aluminum with all these rivet details opening up to this spacious circular motorcourt. The home wraps around this motorcourt, and the team that designed and constructed this property, the ID Group, took inspiration from Stonehenge, a prehistoric stone monument that's located in southern England. So the home, whether it's its board form concrete walls, these vertical recessed in sections, really leans into this brutalist, all concrete aesthetic. And I also love the fact that there are no windows here. This entry is extremely private, and to go further with the minimalist approach, all the utilities, gutters, and roof lines are all tucked in within the roof itself. So from this angle, all you see are these board form concrete walls. Now to my left, we have a small opening that leads you to two guest suites. One of them is detached. That way these guest suites have easy access to the entry of this property. You can also see these pachypodium trees that are commonly used in minimalist, brutalist architecture, and the motorcourt itself is pretty grand. You can easily park 10 to 12 cars here, and to my right we have the 3-car garage with a roll-up door that I'll showcase later. But I have to say, this entry truly makes a statement. I feel like I'm walking into a fortress. I'm walking into a concrete bunker, and over on this side we have the front door. Let's go inside. It's an experience to tour this property and see it in person. And from the moment you step onto the motorcourt, you know you arrived at something truly one of a kind. And the foyer delivers on that message. The same board form concrete walls that we saw on the exterior wrap to the interior. But every time they wanted to place a concrete wall or a concrete column on the interior, they chose this smoother aesthetic rather than going with the board form look where you can see the holes for the rods that hold these forms in place. On the floors, we have black absolute granite with this raked finish matching the texture of the concrete walls and the columns. And I love the ceiling height here. Above, you can see these light boxes with perforated metal screens, making the lighting and the feeling of this entry really moody. And then you walk to the other side. The foyer reveals the plot where we're situated and these truly unobstructed views of Los Angeles. I mean, this is absolutely wild. How do you not react to a view like this? Your infinity edge pool, the entire city is in front of you, from the Pacific Ocean all the way to downtown Los Angeles. This is absolutely wild, and this is your entry experience. Now, above us, we have a massive skylight bringing natural light, and underneath that is this really cool motorcycle, or more of a sculpture. It was built by Combat Motors, formerly known as Confederate Motorcycles, And the chassis is actually built out of a single block aerospace grade aluminum. There are no plastic parts, no gimmicks. This thing is a piece of art, and they only made a handful of these. I don't think they make them anymore. So it's definitely collectible and looks so good in this foyer. Now, before we leave this section, I also want to quickly get the specs of this home out of the way. We have 5 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, 18,344 square feet of interior space, situated on a 2-acre plot, on the market for $64,995,000. And I want to give big thanks to the listing agent, Aaron Kirman, for making this tour possible. I am beyond excited for this home and for this tour. Now let's continue this way. Next up, we have the main living room. I really appreciate the span here, the ceiling height, how open this space is. Furnishings feel very cozy. This is all staging, by the way. But the star of the room is the view, unobstructed. And I also appreciate the seamless transition here from black absolute granite to lava rock on the patio, your infinity edge pool, this massive glass assembly, and above they use the same perforated metal screens with light boxes in the center. The room feels open, airy. I really like the energy here. Now, Armand, can you follow me to the side here? Because I actually want you to face towards the glass assembly here. I want to show something. You have a keypad here. You enter the pass key and it primes the hydraulics. Now we have to wait a little bit. Once the hydraulics are primed, this is a guillotine door. I mean, it's absolutely wild. It goes into the floor and creates a seamless transition between the interior and the exterior. In my opinion, one of the most impressive spaces in Los Angeles. I can do this all day. So cool, but I'm gonna put it back up and we'll showcase this again when we're touring the backyard. Now, going to the other side, we have another incredible feature. This is a fireplace, but this thing looks like a housing for a turbine or an engine block. I love the custom approach here, and I also love these oversized Allen fasteners. You can actually see it throughout the fireplace, and they have these kind of distinct features or amenities throughout the home, and they use these oversized fasteners to attach these elements to the home, which gives the property, the interior, a very industrial feel, and I just love the creativity here. I mean, whether it's the back section and the fact that they use the same aluminum to craft this piece and the other pieces that we're going to see throughout. And this is 6061 grade aluminum. It's actually an aluminum alloy made with magnesium and silicone, so it's corrosion resistant, lightweight, structurally sound, and they use it throughout the home, whether it's the light fixtures, fireplaces, and it complements the Brutalist aesthetic of this home really well. And again, I've never seen a piece like this before. Armand, why don't you come to this side so we can show the back section. But now let me bring everybody this way. This is the TV room, a cozy lounging area right next to your kitchen. Views are absolutely fantastic. And we have sliding glass doors here, again, seamlessly opening up this space to the exterior. Design elements are very minimalist, same board foam concrete walls. I love this house, and I think this is the coolest property we've ever toured on our channel. Now, next up, I want to take everybody this way. Actually, Armand, can we turn to this side? This is the front section of the bar. Look at the custom fabrication here. Again, these oversized fasteners, railing on the bottom. I love how the edges are curved. And again, keep in mind, this is aluminum. So these pieces all had to be fabricated and hand-worked. We have a Sub-Zero fridge on this side. And the reason I'm mentioning that is the fact that we have another one on this side here. But this is actually not a fridge. It's just a cabinet. They took the fronts or the doors of the Sub-Zero fridge and custom fabricated this piece so it looks symmetrical. I love that. Right in the center, we have a Wolf gas range, custom vent above. Again, it looks so futuristic. And look at the upper cabinet here, how the corners are nicely curved. Look at all the hinges here and this custom handle. And even the back section of the cabinet, or the cabinets here, are also aluminum. It is so unique, so different. Ice maker, dishwasher here, your sink, waterworks fixtures. I mean, look at the light fixtures above. The aluminum fabrication, circular openings, the light tube, how it's bolted to the ceiling with the conduit. These also match the aesthetic of the vanities that we're gonna see in a second I just love the want to create something one of a kind. It's inspiring. Now, continuing our tour, Armand, can we actually pan up here? Throughout the property, they have skylights, and they position these skylights in really interesting areas to bring additional natural light, but also they wanted these skylights to be a little bit discreet, so unless you look for them, you don't really see them. And coming back to here, on the other side, we have the formal dining room. Circular table, same perforated metal panels, and over here we have another skylight. But can we talk about this light fixture? I mean, it's a statement. It's a radial light fixture with a central hub, and you can see the pulleys, these tension cables, these radial LED tubes, and this is a custom fixture that was designed for the property, and they have it in different places throughout the home. It's incredible. It's like they took a motorcycle, customized it, add lights, and turned it into a light fixture and positioned it perfectly in the center of this room. I feel like this is going to be more of a reaction tour than me talking about the details, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get carried away, and this is going to be an hour-long tour, but bear with me, this home is worth it. It is truly one of a kind. Now, next up, I want to quickly take everybody to the office. Here, we have reclaimed oak hardwood floors, small seating area, desk, again, these custom light fixtures, massive picture window assembly, true floor to ceiling, ton of natural light coming in. And then on the other side, you can see the casement windows here with a really cool hardware. And beyond that, you can also see the exposed fasteners. I like the fact that they really embraced the industrial aesthetic, and they really picked certain details or features and repeated it in a very creative way throughout the home. And these fasteners are one of those details. Now, Armand, can you also get a close-up? Another detail I want to point out. You see, we have an electrical outlet here, and I was trying to figure out why they tapered the bottom section. Here's what I think. Number one, I think they just wanted to have this tapered look, which looks a little bit more interesting and dimensional. Number two, when they pour these walls, they had to put wood blocks here or a filler material to have the space so that they can pull it and reveal the space for the outlet. And I just think that it made it easier, probably that the opening was on an angle, so the form came out a little bit easier. But let me know in the comments below. Emma, can you also come closer here? This is where we can see the side of the property, and then there's also a retaining wall here with a light wall design feeding the lower level with natural light and providing access to the outdoors. And you can also see this industrial railing that will be repeated throughout the home. Now next, I want to quickly take everybody back to this section. On the other side, we have a powder room, but before we go in there, look at these light fixtures. The housing, how it's fastened to the concrete column here. This insulated bending conduit that feeds the light fixture, and it just highlights the concrete columns, and aluminum panels here with the rivet details. And the door here leads us to the powder room. The custom details here are out of this world. Look at the vanity here with these built-in handles, the metal work, the sink, and how the sink is fabricated into the vanity, and even the fabrication style here is repeated throughout the home. This massive box design that houses your waterworks fixture. The mirror here that's bolted to the wall with these Allen bolts. The same light fixtures here. The concrete back wall. The metal screens. Your motorized toilet. This is a powder room. I mean, it is wild. Now going back, I want to quickly take everybody to the library. Comfortable seating. And on the back, you can see the built-ins. Now, given that the interior walls of this home are all concrete, everything else they wanted to add, they simply put it in front of these walls. In fact, you can see the steel structure of the built-ins here with wooden shelves. There's also an attached ladder here. It is nicely designed and decorated. And also over here, we have a massive picture window in the center, 2 casement windows facing the side of the property. I mean, this half wall design, the thickness of this wall is absolutely insane. And the room has a very cozy feel to it. We also placed mini Nuare candles throughout the home. Given how iconic it is, we want to leave our candles here. This is an all concrete home. I mean, it's brutalist architecture, and you would assume that this home would feel intimidating, cold. But I feel like most of the rooms that we toured so far, and the rooms that we'll be touring, they do feel very warm, very inviting and cozy, at least to me. And That's the beautiful thing about Brutalist architecture. You have the structure that's all concrete that will be there for years to come, but you can put hardwood floors, softer textures, wall panelings, cozy furnishings like this to change the feel of these rooms and make it as cozy as you want. Now, let's go back to the hallway again. Industrial light fixtures above, but first, let's check out the chef's kitchen. This is a proper commercial grade chef's kitchen. High ceiling, industrial light fixtures, all stainless steel cabinetry, 2 dishwashers, many built-in appliances, and I really like the uppers here. Stainless steel frame, but then you have glass fronts with metal inlay, which makes it a little bit more industrial. Your main sink. There's also a pantry here, built in the same fashion as the library that we saw earlier. All these metal shelves are attached to the concrete walls. And then going to the other side, island right in the center with a butcher block countertop, waterworks fixture, your commercial grade freezer and fridge, wolf gas range, pot filler, big vent above, all stainless steel open racks. Again, microwave, speed ovens. It's a proper chef's kitchen and it's perfect for events, gatherings. That way you can have a team of chefs here preparing, serving food to the guests that will be enjoying this property. And let me tell you, this property is built for entertainment. Next up, we have the steps here taking us to this section. To my left, we have another exterior door. Here, we have the staircase leading you to the lower level. And Arma, can we show this frame? I mean, this section looks intimidating. Board form concrete walls, these industrial light fixtures, bulky steel railing. This is wild, and we're gonna see the lower level later, which is an insane space. And lastly, we have the door here, opening up to the garage. You can easily park 3 cars here. I like the high ceiling, industrial light fixtures. There's also an electric car charger on the back. But the main reason why I wanted to come into this space is to showcase you this roll-up door and how fast it is. In fact, just like that, it tucks into the ceiling and opens up to the Motorcourt. Now, before we continue with the right wing of the property, I want to quickly show you the backyard. I have to point out the ease of transition from the interior to the exterior with these seamless door openings. On the floor, we have lava stone tiles throughout the outdoor terrace and the backyard. Speaking of seamless transitions, now we have the guillotine door tucked into the floor, and your main living room opens up to this insane, unobstructed view. In fact, I'm gonna walk onto the platform here that is situated in the center of the Infinity Edge pool, and downtown Los Angeles, all the way to the Pacific Ocean, you see the entire city. And I love the fact that they built this platform so you interact with your Infinity Edge pool a little bit more. And I can see myself in the morning coming here, getting some fresh air, enjoying the sunlight, and starting my day. This is an awesome feature. The Infinity Edge pool is good size. This section of the property is also nicely landscaped. Over here, you can see how they extended the concrete roof line and created a cover space. But before I talk about this section, why don't we turn this way? Now, on the exterior of the property, I talked about how all the gutters and drain lines are tucked in within the roof and within the exterior walls. But here you can actually see the downspout and how it kicks all the rainwater to the exterior. I'm assuming they went with this direction so that they don't overwhelm the drainage system of the roof, because when you think about it, this is a massive property. So you have a lot of roof surface area, and the interior sections are draining through the interior of the property all the way to the basement level and then to the city. But throughout the perimeter or the exterior walls, they're running the drains to the exterior. That way, if these drain lines were to be clogged, they can easily be serviced and not overwhelm the interior of the property. But here you can also see that the entire deck is on a platform, meaning there are additional drains underneath the stone tiles here, and those drains are now collecting the water and kicking it out to the exterior. Now, outdoor dining area, lounging beds, separate hot tub, and there's actually a pivot door here that opens up from the screening room. So again, you have easy transition to the outdoors. It's a nice cozy space. And I want to quickly point out, we have another powder room here with a really cool linear window detail that's tucked to the back. So you can see the natural light coming in, but you don't really see the window or the glass panel that they have placed there. Now, why don't we go this way, Armand? There's a little deck. Look at this view. It is stunning and it's such a beautiful day. And I want to quickly talk about our location here. The home is situated in Trousdale Estates. Trousdale is a neighborhood in Beverly Hills. And beyond that, the home is located on this ridge with unobstructed views. So you have privacy, you have a flat plot that you can maximize your square footage on. It is on one of the best streets in Trousdale Estates. So you're minutes away from the center of the city. You have unobstructed views. I mean, it's a AAA location. And on top of that, it's an all concrete structure, built extremely well, maintained really well, over 18,000 square feet. So it will be really hard to recreate this property, or I don't even see someone having the guts, the time, the commitment, the want to create something like this ever again. And all these qualities coming together make this property extremely special. It makes it one of a kind. And that's why I keep saying throughout the tour that if I had the means, I would definitely purchase this home. I would love to own a property at timeless architecture like this and really enjoy it. And look at these views every single day. Welcome to the screening room. We have a seating area here, bar on the other side, room is wide open, and on the back you can see the massive projector screen with tiered seating, exposed concrete columns, and we also have these acoustic felt panels. And these panels are made from compressed recycled polyester fibers, and it's great for sound absorption and diffusion. Above you can see the oversized speakers. I also like these little recessed lights on the wall that lights up the steps. Massive subwoofer assembly, huge screen, and the seating looks very comfortable. In fact, let me quickly go try this out. I mean, I would love to sit down here, watch a movie, entertain, and it's a different take on a movie theater because the entire space is wide open and the scale here is just incredible.
And guess how much is the projector?
It's a massive projector. I'm assuming it's commercial grade.
Yes.
50,000?
It's a little bit over $100,000.
It's a little bit over $100,000?
Yes.
Projector.
Projector.
That's quite
I think
wild.
they usually use it for simulators.
Really?
Because of its sharpness?
Well, also the screen here is massive, so it makes a ton of sense.
Absolutely.
I don't assume or I don't think anything in this home is cheap, so that actually makes kind of sense. All right, Irma, follow me this way. We have more to see. Let me show you this utility closet. Even this space is so well designed. This is where you have the systems for your movie theater, but look at all the conduit, electrical work, and there's a dedicated AC unit just for this room alone. Again, talking about attention to detail. Now next up, let me take you to the bar. They have the same light fixtures that we saw in the kitchen, even the way these fixtures are bolted to the concrete ceiling, this massive beam. Over here, we have the bar seating, granite countertop, and look at all these Allen bowls, the fabrication, the attention to detail, and you can also see the built-in cabinetry with these incorporated handles, all the rivets and aluminum fabrication, and they brought these details even to the back section here, how these edges are nicely curved. And also just realized that they use the same glass that we saw in the chef's kitchen here, and you have your fridge, ice maker, sink, everything you need. It's a nice bar that complements this open entertainment section. Now Armand, follow me this way. Back to the entry, I believe we forgot to mention this. That's where we have the elevator going down to the lower level, and I'll show you the elevator later. Now, going here, we have a long hallway, seating area, and in fact, to my right, we have the primary bedroom. We'll tour that last. And before we go there, let me show you this powdered room. It's hard to not react to this property. Every time I walk into one of these spaces and see these custom fabricated elements, it impresses me. I mean, whether it's the aluminum fabrication here, again, the sink, this box design that I talked about earlier, the mirrors, your motorized toilet, the skylight above that's perfectly positioned, and even the flooring detail here, how it's elevated with this mood lighting that highlights this board form concrete wall. And now that we're on this section, you can see how this board form concrete wall curves because we have the Motorcourt to our right hand side. And even here with the curvature, they managed to squeeze in these little skylights to bring natural light. And with the mood lighting down below, it just creates a moody feel for this hallway and leaving all these structural elements exposed. The concrete walls, beams leaning into the raw, strong materials, and really highlighting the bones, the structure of this property is what I love about Brutalist architecture. Now over here, we have two guest suites. To my right, we have the first one, same absolute granite floors with the textured finish, queen size bed, built-in headboard. I really like the light fixture here. Window assembly with two casements, built-in cabinetry, and over on this side we have the full bathroom. They use this tile with this reeded finish throughout the bathroom here, and this is the same finish that we're gonna see in other bathrooms as well. Really cool vanity, walk-in shower that's glass enclosed, good size guest suite, and on the other side we have the detached guest suite, so I wanna quickly take everybody there. Exterior access, and over on this side we have a small patio, but I wanna quickly turn this way to showcase this long walkway that actually takes you all the way to the primary bedroom suite. And there's another patio there with jaw-dropping, sweeping views of the city. And look how well they're maintaining this property, how clean these walls are, the landscaping. Now, while we're here, I also want to talk about a couple more details. Number one, I like how they incorporated the security cameras into the hedging here, and they have cameras, sensors throughout the property. This place is protected like a fortress. Now, the other thing I want to point out, when we're in the lower level, I'll talk about waterproofing, but I like how they cut into the concrete walls here and layered this flashing in with silicone. And this actually sits on top of the waterproofing that they have in the soil. And this is how they're making sure that rainwater that runs on these walls do not seep into the lower level. It actually stays on the outside of the waterproofing. Now, going to the other side, I want to quickly take everybody to the detached guest suite. The feel of the room is very cool. You get a ton of natural light, your queen size bed, this curved wall design that faces the Motorcourt, and then on the other side you can see the half wall design, just like the other guest suite, facing the side of the property. Really cool industrial light fixture, built-ins with a fridge, and of course this one comes with a full bathroom as well. Now there's a small detail that I'll point out that we'll just roll the shot of, but even the molding details on the floor are made out of the same aluminum. I love that touch. Now, some may watch this tour and point out that maybe there aren't enough bedrooms in this property, and to me it's all about the end user experience. Not everybody seeks a lot of bedrooms, but if you were to want more bedrooms, you can easily convert the office and the library that we toured earlier, close off that entire section and create 2 bedroom suites with 2 full bathrooms, because the entry hallway has enough space that you can easily convert the powder room that's there into a full bathroom, and you can take the hallway leading to that powder room and place another full bathroom there, and that way you can create 2 full bedroom suites if you want additional bedrooms. But I personally like it the way it is. And I think with that, we're done with the main level of this property, except the primary bedroom. We're gonna tour that last. And now let me take you to the lower level. And that level is just as impressive as the main floor. The staircase here is quite dramatic. Granite steps, board foam concrete wall, this bulky hand railing, and we arrived to the landing of the lower level where, to my right, we have a really nice powder room. Behind Armand is the main space that we're gonna see in a second, but first, follow me this way so I can show you the utility section of the lower level. Storage room, and to my left, we have the laundry room. Stainless steel countertop with cabinetry down below, and I love these custom open shelves. You can actually see the connection points, how they weld it and then grind it to give this smoother but raw aesthetic, but also you can see the board foam concrete wall on the back. Your sink, 2 washers, 2 dryers. Even the laundry room is very industrial and very much about utility. I love it. Next up, we have the staff quarters, 2 single beds. We have a massive window assembly here with an exterior door opening up to the side of the property where we have the light well. Some built-in cabinetry, It's a really nice staff quarters, and we also have a full bathroom here. Now, next up, we have the utility room. I want to keep my points here brief and to the point. Without a doubt, one of the best utility rooms I've ever seen in my life. Beyond its utility, it is so well designed. Every single one of these electrical boxes are perfectly positioned, labeled. You have separate AV rooms, electrical rooms, exterior access, the width, the accessibility here, and how well it's organized. I mean, this is a space that is not meant to be shown to guests. It's a service area, but even here they went all out and designed it so well. Now, let's go back to the landing so I can show you the rest of this floor. Please come on in. Welcome to the main section of this level, and without a doubt, one of the craziest and impressive rooms I've ever seen in Los Angeles. The ceiling height, all these concrete columns, the built-ins on the back, everything about this room screams architecture, build quality, utility, and it was really designed in a way to last for generations. Now, Armand, why don't you come down so we can talk about the staircase for a second? I just love the industrial approach here. The steel steps and the railing design here with this metal detail that we're gonna see also in the elevator, and even some of the built-ins feature this screen detail. I love that bottom section is all open because they bolted to the walls on each side, so it doesn't need any supporting columns, and you can store some extra stuff here. Dining table here, that can be a game table, different seating areas. Now, given that we're on the lower level of this property, some of the utilities here are feeding the amenities, the rooms, bathrooms upstairs. So knowing that context, I'm so impressed with the fact that they got everything so symmetrical, visually appealing. Everything is so nicely organized, and in case you wonder how they connect or hold some of these utilities, conduit, steel and iron pipes, they actually use metal rods. What they do is they drill a little hole into the concrete, and then they put a little metal piece that has threads, and then you can actually thread the rods to the ceiling, which then allows you to drop that rod and install these metal brackets. And if you have rods on each side, then you can pretty much hold anything you want. So most of the conduit and the HVAC systems that you see here are held up by these rods. I wanted to quickly point that out. And going to the other side, we have these built-ins. Whether it's the aluminum work, the rivets, glass fronts, how these built-ins are lit up, the conduit system above that feeds every single one of these built-ins. I have never seen a design element like this. And to me, these built-ins remind me those sci-fi movies, futuristic movies, where they have those capsules where people sleep in or creatures are stored in. Maybe that was the inspiration, because I've never seen a design element like this, and I applaud the creativity. Now, this is a polarizing home. It's not for everyone. It's creative, it's out of the box, but I really appreciate the craftsmanship and the want to create something truly one of a kind. Now, continuing to the other side, you can see these industrial light fixtures. Again, more electrical and conduit work. 96 concrete columns in total. And the other aspect that I want to talk about is how dry and airtight this lower level is. Now, the home was constructed in 2014, completed around 2017, so it's roughly 8 years old. And the fact that I can't find a single corner or a section where I can see some seepage of moisture tells me everything I need to know about how they constructed this home. I mean, this entire level is below grade. So we have wet soil all around us, and look at all these walls, how dry they are, how well cured they are. And I would say that's more important than how the interior is even designed, because if you cannot protect your home from the exterior, if you allow water to come in, now you have big problems to resolve. But once you have an envelope that's really dry, well insulated, and you have systems, utilities, and plumbing in place to manage all the water that's in the ground, now you're safe. Now you have a property that will last for generations. Now in the center, we have this open seating area, 2 sectional couches, again, amazing ceiling height, and what a level to entertain. Have your friends over, play loud music. I mean, it's all for you. You have no windows, no doors here. It's extremely private. Now, on the other side, we have a pool table. And actually, I want to talk about a detail. Armand, can we get a close-up? You see the crack on the floor here? Now, when people see a crack like this, they may get worried, they might be concerned. And the truth is, a little stress crack like this on the flooring is actually not that important. Now, let me explain how that works. When you build an all concrete structure like this, the weight of the home is carried by these concrete columns and your perimeter walls that are both your exterior walls and your retaining walls. And those walls or columns are sitting on massive concrete footings, meaning they go way deeper into the ground, possibly all the way to the bedrock that's below this home. And then you have concrete flooring, and this is really here to just separate you from the soil and give you a surface area or a smooth surface to walk on. So the concrete here, I bet, is anywhere from 8 to 12 inches, maybe a little bit more, because as soil expands and contracts, it may push the surface here a little bit and cause these stress cracks. But the truth is, the structure of your home is solid. It's not going anywhere. In fact, I challenge you, throughout the tour, look at all the concrete columns and see if you can find a single crack. All these columns are so overbuilt, and I bet they use high PSI concrete as well. So the bottom line is, these stress cracks are not that important. Now, I don't want to get too nerdy here. I also want to talk about something else. I just remembered. About 3 years ago, we toured this amazing home in South Africa. It was Stefan's personal home. Stefan is the founder of Seoda, the architecture firm. And when I was interviewing him, he talked about his philosophy when it comes to designing homes. And for him, he wants to design an old concrete home that will be there for generations to come. Now, people may come in, change the cabinetry, change the flooring, paint the walls, redesign the rooms, or even the layout of the property, but he wants to make sure that they retain the structure, or the structure is there, all the resources that they put into that structure is worthwhile, meaning they can keep the home for generations. That way they minimize their footprint when they're remodeling. But at the same time, you have a home that will last for hundreds of years. So I feel like this home also follows that ethos, and I think that's another thing that I really, really appreciate. Sorry for all that technical information. Let me take you in to the wine cellar. Beautiful millwork, all the bottles, and obviously this is all staging. And this room is also temperature controlled, and Armand, there's a detail that I bet you don't even know. Why don't you close the door? Actually, come over here. You see the temperature read? Very cool detail.
What is so cool?
Now, let me get out. These doors are heavy. Next up, we have this elevator room, or where they have the motor or some of the utilities for the elevator, and even here. Room is so nicely designed, very industrial. And now let me show you the elevator. I know I mentioned where it is on the first floor, but why don't we open it up here? Amma, you're not ready for this. Let me see, it might be actually here. Perfect. Okay, so this heavy door opens up. The metal screen detail that I showed you by the railing, they have it also here. When you open up the door, it's like a freight elevator. Same stone flooring. Look at this concrete elevator shaft, devoid all the steel structure to pull up the elevator to the main level. You can actually see the door here. I just love the raw aesthetic of this property. It really speaks to me. Now, going back out, on the other side, we have the Cigar lounge, built-ins, thermometer. And I mean, look at these double doors. Aluminum fabrication, all these rivets, incredible. And I think that's pretty much it for the lower level. Without a doubt, one of the coolest spaces we've ever toured. I hope it lived up to the hype. And now next, I want to take you to the primary bedroom. Door opens up to a long hallway that hides the bedroom. You can see the concrete columns. Above, we have this mirror ceiling design with these moody industrial lights, wallpaper to soften up and dampen the sound here. Same reclaimed hardwood floors. And then you come to this point where we have the bathroom to our right. But first, let me take everybody this way so we can check out the bedroom. It is grand, spacious. The span here is fantastic, and the view on the other side. It is truly breathtaking. Even though it's a Brutalist home, the room feels very cozy. Between the hardwood floors, softer furnishings, your king-size bed, and even the wallpaper here helps softening up the space. And given the square footage of this home, I feel like this is a great size primary bedroom. And Armand, can we show the view one more time? I just want to go over here. This is absolutely wild. And over here, we have this glass door opening up to the side of the property. Armand, let's take everybody outside. I would love to wake up in this bedroom, walk to this patio every single morning and start my day. This has to be one of the coolest little outdoor spaces we've ever showcased on our channel. The fact that this patio is like, what, 15 feet away from your bed? Just incredible. It's breathtaking. Now, going back in, beyond this fixed picture frame, in between these two columns, they have a little metal shutter, like a ventilation point, and they have one on the other side as well. This is a unique touch. Now, Armand, meet me on the other side so we can go check out the primary bathroom, which is wild. Same granite floors, and this is the first side of your main vanity. Again, the custom details, the rivet, how the sink is fabricated, waterworks fixtures, and look at this standalone mirror with the industrial lights on each side, skylight above. Unbelievable. I'm out of words. So we were just packing and getting ready to leave the property, and I just recognized another detail that I have to show to all of you. Look at the casement design above and the mechanism here to open up so you can let the steam out. Such a nice touch. Now next up, walk-in shower. Definitely spacious, 2 rain heads, polished chrome fixtures, built-in bench, and they also installed a pedestal system here so all the drains are underneath the tiles. Skylight above, and this textured tile design is also brought into the walk-in shower, and it has a 2 entry point, one here, one on the other side. I love this industrial look. Look at the handles, this little custom cabinetry, and on the other side we have the back section or the other section of the vanity. Crazy. Now next up, let's take a look at this freestanding tub. Never seen a feature like this before, whether it's the stone platform with recessed in lights. How this custom tub is bolted to the ground. The curvature, the interior of the tub, and this tub filler that looks like a gas pump. And they also have this elvish carving here, which I don't know what it means. If you do, let me know in the comments below. Skylight above. I'm out of words. I don't know how to react to this property, how to talk about it. I'm so impressed. I'm so inspired. I want to commend the team that took the time to design every single one of these features, amenities, and really committed to this cohesive vision, whether it's the structure, the amenities, the cabinetry. I mean, every corner of this property features something custom, unique, and I love it. I'm so impressed. Now, over here, we have the first closet. This is the smaller one with built-in cabinetry, exterior access, 2 water closets. This is the first one. We have another one on the other side. And here we have the main walk-in closet. Again, built-in cabinetry, tri-fold mirror here, floor to ceiling. That way you can get dressed, look at yourself, spacious with a makeup area. I mean, without a doubt, one of the most incredible homes we've ever toured, showcased, one of the most incredible structures I've ever witnessed in person. I'm beyond impressed, and wait till you see this property at night, how it glows, how it sits on this incredible ridge. Enjoy.
This house is pure art form. Probably not only the best house in LA, but one of the best houses in the world. This house was the seller's vision entirely, start to finish. He didn't care what anybody thought of the house. He did it for himself. He made it unique. He made it interesting. I really honor and respect anybody that takes a vision, brings it to life, and lands on what is probably the most artistic, signature, unique house in the nation. When you walk into this house, you feel like you're in a combination of a home, a museum, and living art. Just admire every square inch of this house and the site that it's on. The lights below are absolutely magical. The best time of day to see this house is actually when the sun is setting and you see the city lights just sparkle and turn on. Once again, my name is Aaron Kirman, and we want to thank you so much for taking the time to view this incredible house. We hope you enjoy it as much as we do.
I'm blown away by this property. I mean, I'm moved. The location, the way it's situated on this ridge, the concrete structure with 96 columns. All of it gives this home strength and presence you rarely see. Then on the interior, the high ceilings, the framed views take it even further. Now, what I personally appreciate the most is the creativity and craftsmanship behind it. The design team pursued a vision that didn't exist anywhere else, and they created something that isn't copied or conventional. That's why, if I had the means or if I had the money, I would buy this home. It's a rare piece of art, a unique human creation, and a property that will likely never be recreated again. So, I hope you enjoyed this tour. Big thanks to the listing agent, Aaron Kirman, and more information about this listing will be in the description of this video. Make sure to check it out. And also, if you want to support us or check out our candles, make sure to go to nuarehome.com. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.